Hi, and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. The destination for today's show is one of my favorite places, the Oklahoma City Museum of Art.
There is always something wonderful to see here, but right now there's a glorious Fabergé collection that includes one of the iconic Imperial Easter eggs. Fabergé Jeweler to the Tsars closes at the end of this month. It's 230 rare and storied treasures, usually housed at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, but here in Oklahoma City for just a bit more. We'll have more on this exhibit a bit later in the show.
But first, let's head up the road a piece to Ponca City, and an absolutely beautiful place that's been attracting visitors to northern Oklahoma for decades. Come with me now to visit the Marlin Grand Home. It was a true time of exploration, of discovery. E.W. Marlin came to Oklahoma looking for oil, and man did he find it. The oil business he began ended up years later becoming Conoco. Marlin did everything in a big way, and that included building this mansion, his first one, on Grand Avenue in 1916. Now known as the Marlin Grand Home, it's so big, well, it functions on 3 different levels.
We are a special event center, so we can be rented out the first floor primarily for weddings and receptions and reunions and those kinds of things. We also have museum space. We have a wonderful 101 Ranch museum exhibit in our basement area, which is quite extensive. And then we have Indian exhibits upstairs of the American Plains, Indian tribes, mostly our local tribes.
And thirdly, this is an historic site. It's listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. It's also fascinating to visit the house just to see how far ahead of their time the Marlins were. For 1916, this was considered a mansion.
They had a dishwasher and a central vacuum system when nobody else did, and there are remnants of that central vacuum system left. But probably the most fascinating thing is the underground indoor swimming pool, which we think was probably the first one in northern Oklahoma. And it's downstairs in what we like to call the man cave. There are 3 large rooms plus this indoor swimming pool where Mr. Marlin would entertain his friends.
There are still some original pieces left in the home, including this rather large portrait hanging on the library wall. You can take self-guided tours of the Grand Home, or if you have a group, a special guided tour can easily be arranged. I mentioned the Marlins were ahead of their time, yet they were very philanthropic, and the community greatly benefited from E.W. Marlin. He built parks and gave away land for hospitals and schools. He also started an orphanage for children from military families.
He's quoted as saying that he wanted to build his community and its people up at the same time he was building himself up. And he had no interest in it all being about him at all. He wanted people to earn not only a living wage, but a saving wage. And he instigated the first company benefits. He had medical plans and dental plans when virtually no other companies in the nation were doing that kind of thing. He felt a real responsibility to share the money he was making, and he was proud of the fact that he didn't use anyone or their money to make his money. His money came from the earth, it came out of the ground, and he didn't take money away from anyone else to make his fortune, and he was happy about that.
There's so much to see and learn from the impressive 101 Ranch and Native American exhibits, and now the administrators are better tying everything together here in the home, so this can be an incredible educational tool.
Great things were happening during the 20s. That's when the Marlins lived here in this home, and we're trying to help tell that story better so people can put the pieces together and make those connections. Another thing I didn't mention is before, of course, the home was owned by Marlin. People knew that. They didn't so much understand the era of the 20s. They knew there was an Indian exhibit here and a 101 Ranch exhibit. But how do all those things relate to each other? And we're pulling it all together.
I hope you'll make a trip to Ponca City, where there is so much to see and do. Don't forget the Marlin Mansion. And you can also get our Ponca City Guide. It's a great resource for planning your trip. Head to our website, travelok.com, and click on Request Free Brochures. We're happy to send one right to your mailbox. All right, we started in northern Oklahoma. Now it's time to take a trip south.
We're talking Durant and a shopping trip that will be pure bliss. Artina McGarry explains why.
We carry clothing, shoes, a lot of the name brands like Kinder Scott, Tom's Shoes. We also have our own clothing line, Bliss Couture.
Bliss Boutique in Durant has clothes for work and play, fashion and accessories for trendy tweens and teens, as well as savvy business professionals, styles for all ages and all personalities. Owner Lisa Jernigan says expert stylists help each customer find their perfect pieces.
When they come into Bliss, they know we have amazing stylists. We have girls that work here that help them put together the outfit, they accessorize it, entire outfit. They can go out and feel comfortable and confident in what they wear. I mean, we have the clothes people are looking for.
Bliss Boutique is fun and trendy. If you like things like a lot of fringe and really cute and colorful accessories, you're going to love what they have here.
A business like this brings a certain clientele that will come back to your community. It services the community very well, but it also sets up very unique brands for our community, which is also reaching our demographics on the outside of the community. So it brings in a lot of people, not only community, but from the exterior of the city as well.
Bliss Boutique has become a shopping destination, nestled right on quaint yet bustling Main Street. Bliss touts itself as having boutique clothes at amazing prices.
This was in style when I was in high school.
It's
plaid.
back. It's back big time. And a lot of girls are taking maybe the plaid and they're laying, we do a lot of like the rocker tees, like
This was
which are
also
very
in style when I
popular.
was
They're
in high
very
school.
popular, yeah. So a lot of girls will layer that with the flannels and they can wear it into the fall.
Whether you're searching for a new favorite t-shirt or a special occasion outfit, Bliss has your style covered. In Durant, I'm Tina McGarry, discovering Oklahoma.
If you're on the hunt for great places to shop, TravelOK.com has some great ideas for you. Just type the word shopping into the search bar and we'll help you get started. Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
The fried onion burgers, which, it's fresh Angus meat, and then we slice our onions fresh every day.
Say so long, those chain restaurants will show you the mom and pop shop with some of the best burgers in the state.
We love seeing people come in who've never been in the store and they go, wow, I can't believe this is in Pawhuska.
Plus, big city style in a small Oklahoma town. Some of the best Western wear anywhere.
And it really is a jewel here in South Central Oklahoma.
And we're taking you to one of the most peaceful places in the Sooner State. It's all coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Great travel tips anytime, like Discover Oklahoma on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We're coming to you from the do-it-yourself portion of the Fabergé exhibit at the Oklahoma City Museum of Art.
You need to come out and see the Fabergé exhibit before it closes on September 27th.
Another gorgeous exhibit, Quilts and Colors, courtesy of the Fine Arts Museum Boston, will replace this Fabergé exhibit, and it'll open in November.
And you know what else is difficult to replace?
What?
That's a good old-fashioned hamburger. I'm
right,
trying to make
okay.
the transition
Yeah,
here. Go with
I'm
me.
hanging on.
We found a place in Chickasha recently, phenomenal place to eat. They've been serving up delicious burgers and conies for decades. Chickasha, it's the county seat of Grady County. It's a home to about 16,000 people. It's also the home of the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. It's also the home of a place called J&W Grill. It's the kind of place where they not only know your name, they know what you're going to order.
Cheeseburger fried in a short basket for Carl. Dummy cheeseburger fried on a small bun in a short basket. Where's Joe at?
People have been coming in on a regular basis to the J&W Grill since 1957. It's a down-home, fast-paced, 18-bar stool diner where the food is served fast, hot, and absolutely delicious. Brandy Terry is the manager. She and her staff work so fast she keeps her pens and pencils in her hair. When an order is ready to be written, she whips one of those pens out of her hair like a ninja with a lightsaber, slicing through the air and getting that order on paper. In the meantime, when a customer walks in, the staff still has time to greet everyone.
Hey Roger, how are you? Are you by yourself today?
Yes, it's very important. And we know almost everybody that comes in, and even if they come in once, we'll remember them the next time, so they don't have to order. We try to remember what they eat, what they drink, because a lot of these people, they got to get back to work. So we try to make sure we get them in and out, and they're well fed,
So what is the J&W Grill known for?
The fried onion burgers, which, it's fresh Angus meat, and then we slice our onions fresh every day, and it's actually smashed into the meat and grilled. And then the conies, the slaw, it's a homemade recipe out of cabbage, and we make it from scratch too. And so we sell a lot of that. Some people even get it on their burgers.
And manning the grill is John.
Everything that we do, we cook it on the spot so it's nice, fresh, and hot. But John is really good at what he does. and that plays a big part in it too, him knowing what to do.
Every customer who comes in feels special, and of course that means the small customers too.
The little boy earlier, you know, we have so many kids that they would rather come here than like McDonald's or some of the other restaurants, because we do go out of our way, you know, to kind of do them the special little pancakes and stuff. You know, we do Batman, Superman, SpongeBob, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse. That little boy had thought all night what he wanted. But I mean, you know, that's what they like, because, you know, we treat their kids like they're ours, you know.
Another specialty of the house, so to speak, is to serve the food the same way it's been served for years.
And, you know, we had some guy in here the other day, he hadn't been in here in 20 years, and he's like, it tastes just like it did, you know, 20 years ago.
50 years ago, 20 years ago, last month, or yesterday, it doesn't matter. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, at the J&W Grill, you'll get a friendly atmosphere, tasty comfort food served with a smile.
No matter where your next road trip takes you, we'll help you find a great place to eat. Just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click on Dining. Still ahead on Discover Oklahoma.
Tourists come in here and buy novelty items. Lots of ranches in this area, and so we're filling a need for them to be able to shop local.
The Western Wear Shop, worth the drive, where to find the real deal in an Okie-owned shop.
And I think it's really not that well known. You know, we're kind of a well-kept secret. We don't necessarily want to be.
Plus, see the hidden gem in central Oklahoma where folks have come to relax for decades. And the business that's zeroing in on what Okies really love when it comes to lunch and dinner.
It's like a little piece of Americana and Oklahoma. Like Oklahomans, we like to eat comfort food, you know what I mean? We like to eat what makes us feel good, you know?
Get ready for corn dogs, so good they call them gourmet. A little later, right here on Discover Oklahoma. Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from the Oklahoma City Museum of Art.
And it feels very chic and very glamorous here in the Fabergé exhibit.
It does, but if Western wear is more your style, you're in luck. Our Julie Chin takes us to a popular spot that is smack in the middle of Osage County.
When it comes to Western wear, you can bet your boots you've never seen a selection like Pawhuska's Osage Outfitters.
We really try and focus on high quality products, using gear for cowboys in the area and their girlfriends or their wives or the ranchers' wives to come in and find unique tops and high fashion things that they wouldn't necessarily find anywhere else.
Callie and Joey Lee opened this cowboy gear and ladies boutique 2 years ago. They feature made in the USA and custom products, everything from tack to jewelry to this huge wall of tall tops.
All of our tall tops are custom made. We custom design them here, so they're not boots that you're going to find everywhere else.
We do a lot of exotics like elephant and hippo. There's a pair of shark up here, a little bit of everything. We do cowhide, but we like to throw the exotics in. The guys really like that.
There are hundreds of one-of-a-kind boots to choose from, or you can design your own. And don't worry, ladies, Osage Outfitters has you covered too.
The ladies' boots, we carry the more high fashion boots as well as using boots, so the ladies who do ride and work, they'll find those as well. And then we have the kids' boots.
After picking out your footwear, top off your look at the hat bar.
Colors, sizes of brims and bands, it's a lot of fun. And then we custom shape them here in the shop. So any shape you want on it, we just steam them up and we can get it shaped up for you.
By the way, you don't have to be a cowboy or cowgirl to find clothing here.
Flowy tops, things that you can put with jeans and wear to a ranch rodeo, or things that you can put with moccasins and some jewelry and make it your own without it being a classic Western look.
They can definitely outfit you here at Osage Outfitters, but it's hard to know when to stop. Is this too much?
I've bought shirts, I've bought pants, I've bought skirts, I've bought purses, jewelry. I wear jewelry from here, so they have a little bit of everything.
This Oklahoma necklace is one of the hottest sellers. So is the Pioneer Woman's Cookbook. This is the only shop in town where you can pick up an autographed copy.
Tourists come in here and buy novelty items. Lots of ranches in this area, and so we're filling a need for them to be able to shop local.
Osage Outfitters in Pawhuska.
So.
It's a perfect fit.
We love seeing people come in who've never been in the store and they go, wow, I can't believe this is in Pawhuska.
This is a big city store in a small town.
In Pawhuska, I'm Julie Chin, discovering Oklahoma.
Osage County prides itself on its Western spirit, and if you'd like to experience that for yourself, check out our Osage County Guide. We're happy to send one right to your front door. Just travel to our website, travelok.com, and click on Request Free Brochures at the top of the page. Next on Discover Oklahoma, nobody does corn dogs like these guys.
It's good. The batter is what makes it, in my opinion. Some are sweet, some are spicy.
We'll show you what they've got cooking at one of the newest restaurants in OKC.
You know, and it really is a jewel here in South Central Oklahoma.
Plus, your ticket to a true Oklahoma getaway. Where to go for peaceful streams and incredible views right here on Discover Oklahoma. Welcome back to the Oklahoma City Museum of Art, certainly one of the jewels of downtown Oklahoma City.
It certainly is, and not that far from here, actually just a few blocks, there's a new restaurant that just opened, and they combine some words, I know, they combine some words that don't normally go together, gourmet and corn dog.
You can imagine we had to taste this one for ourselves. Quinn Tran takes us to a location that's really a hot spot now called Anchor Down.
This is a hip new spot to hang out near downtown Oklahoma City. It isn't the typical bar and grill. Anchor Down fries up something simple with a bit of a twist.
We like to think that we're making the best corn dog people can eat. You know, I mean, if we're the only corn dog restaurant in Oklahoma City.
Joey Morris teamed up with his childhood friends, John Harris and Cody Rowan, to open Anchor Down. The menu features corn dogs made from scratch in a variety of ways.
So we have, corn dog wise, we have what's called the Roger dog, and that's kind of our play on kind of the regular old corn dog. So it's an all beef corn dog with some kind of smoked paprika and other spices that Ralph does for us. And we dip that and we call it our mother batter, and so that's like kind of the batter that all the other batters kind of come from. So it's kind of a regular, kind of good cornmeal batter. We top that one with mustard and serve it with a side of ketchup. Well, we have one dog on the menu called the Wild Dog. So this is going to be a rotating dog for us, where we kind of find what we can get, you know, and case that into, that's one of the dogs that we do in-house. So right now we're doing like a wild boar. We grind it up, case it, we put some bacon in there and ground that all up, case it up, and then we serve it with a ghost pepper ranch. And everything comes with on a bed of just house-made chips as well. It's like a little piece of Americana and Oklahoma. Like Oklahomans, we like to eat comfort food, you know what I mean? We like to eat what makes us feel good, you know? Really, a corn dog, I mean, when you get them at State Fair, when you get them anywhere, they're good. And so we kind of just like to put our spin on it. You know, our batters, our meats, you know, our sauces.
Another cool feature, the restaurant is housed in old shipping containers.
So we're in about 4 shipping containers, which translates into about 1,000 square feet. So we're not huge by any means. We're really small and cozy. Everything's kind of split up in a very 8 feet, 8 feet, 8 feet. You know, you don't really have it's all very square, you know. It's really cool how they're all stacked up and you know, and how the whole development came out and everything looks so good.
With the bright red and unique architecture, Anchor Down is hard to miss here in Deep Deuce. It's located on the corner of 2nd and Oklahoma, surrounded by brand new loft apartments, busy downtown traffic, and people hungry for something different.
This one is the bird dog. It's chicken sausage, and it's really good.
The batter is what makes it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Some are sweet, some are spicy.
The batter's different.
The variety and the quality of the meat and the batter, it's amazing.
We like that we're willing, I guess, to say, hey, we're doing a corn dog restaurant, and everybody can kind of look at us like this. You know, I mean, we are excited about doing it, and we think that, yeah, like, if we can push the food culture forward in any way, even though we're just doing corn dogs or we're just doing grilled cheese, then we're doing our part.
Part of that includes attracting visitors to this downtown district. This new hangout won't be hidden for long. In Deep Deuce, Quinn Tran, Discover Oklahoma.
A reminder, you can find a list of great places to eat inside the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide. We'll send you one for free, of course. Just go to our website, travelok.com, and click where it says Request Free Brochures.
A huge thank you to the folks here at the Oklahoma City Museum of Art for hosting us this week, and I just want to tell you this is a gorgeous collection and you're going to want to come see it while it's here.
Coming up next Saturday on Discover Oklahoma, some of the best Italian food you'll ever sample in the Sooner State.
Plus, escape from the ordinary and enjoy the great outdoors, the hot spot for safe shooting, coming up next Saturday night right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.
water is everything. Water can mean growth, survival, different kinds of power. There are those who have sought out water's power for emotional and physical healing, as medicine and a spiritual renewal of sorts. And now the power of water in the form of relaxation still attracts thousands every year to the Chickasaw National Recreation Area. Established in 1976, it was originally the Platte National Park and the Arbuckle Recreation Area. They were combined to protect the mineral and freshwater springs in the area. People have always believed in the healing power of the waters found here.
The freshwater springs, the mineral springs, the artesian wells, that was really what this area was preserved for. And so as you travel through this old historic district of the park, you'll see many of those features are still here. Many of the springs are still here, as the Vendome well is behind us. And many of those areas that drew people here in the early part of the 19th century are still visible today.
What part of the park are we in now?
In the Flower Park area. We're crossing Travertine Creek across Lincoln Bridge here.
So the fall behind us actually runs into this creek.
That's correct.
Okay. And I have to ask you, what's it like to have this as your office?
Oh, it's great. This is a great office setting. Everyone should be so fortunate.
There is a magic, a feeling of tranquility that flows through here, much like the water from one of the many springs. And that magic can now come through various activities.
There's boating, fishing, skiing, a lot of those activities. Camping, very popular in this area and has been for generations. So as you go through the entire park, there's a lot of those types of activities that are available to people.
Arbuckle Lake is a freshwater lake into which many of the springs flow.
We have wonderful fishing. We have largemouth bass, we have some smallmouth bass, crappie, sunfish. Kids love to get sunfish. So it really is a sportsman's paradise down there when it comes to fishing.
There's an abundance of hiking trails, many of which run through the Old Platte Historic District, and other trails lead to the lake area. The Travertine Nature Center sits in the middle of the park for all to explore, and visitors from around the world come here regularly to visit.
And it really is a jewel here in south central Oklahoma. There's this feeling of peace and serenity when you're walking along some of these natural springs and natural creeks.
The town of Sulphur is connected to the park in a unique way, and the Chickasaw National Recreation Area is a perfect place to come and spend time with one's family, and that can be wonderful medicine indeed.
And I think it's really not that well known. We're kind of a well-kept secret. We don't necessarily want to be.